All right, I just wanted to jump on here and do a quick review of the day. So here's a chart of MNQ. It's June 20th, Friday. The market was closed yesterday. I know futures were traded yesterday, but the stock market was closed yesterday. So this green zone here is Wednesday's regular trading hour high. So that's from the stock market hours, 9:30 to 4 p.m. That was the high that day, and then the low that day here, the red zone here. So you can see we opened here 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. We moved up. We couldn't hold above previous day's high zone. We come back down. And with my strategy, pretty much all I'm looking for is like a strong move. I want these EMAs to be sloping in my favor. So this is a 5-minute chart. This is the 9 EMA, and this is the VWAP, the purple line. So what I'm looking for is just a strong move away from the EMA and then a move back to it to take a trade, really. You could see there was a couple of really nice opportunities here today, which I missed both of these. But that's okay. You're going to miss trades. So once we got under this 9 EMA here and we're sloping down, the 9 EMA is sloping down strong, I was interested in shorts. The reason why I didn't like this trade, although it did come back to the 9 EMA nicely here, I just didn't like these wicks here on the 5-minute rate on the VWAP. A lot of times price will have these wicks and then it'll push up, have like a strong push up off the VWAP. So I didn't want to mess with it. So I missed that trade. Looking at the 2-minute chart though, which on the 2-minute chart I have the 15 EMA, which is the yellow line, and the 200 EMA, which is usually pretty close to the VWAP as well. So I have both these charts. Usually when I'm looking for an entry, I look at the 2-minute and the 5-minute right next to each other. So you can see here we had a nice move down. The 15 is sloping down. And it kind of had like one bottom here, second bottom here. So it looked like it was a possible double bottom. But usually that's when you can get a nice move down when it fails. When a double bottom fails, right, in the opposite direction of the current trend, you can get the nice move. So I probably could have taken, once we got close to here, we had this nice little inside bar here. What I really want to see was a push up into this and like an upper wick. And that would have given me more confidence to take a short just with these wicks on the 5-minute here. If these wicks weren't here, it would have been easier for me to take a short here. So I kind of avoided that and missed that move, which is okay. And then we came down to Wednesday low, which is previous day low is what I'm calling it. Then we had the move up back to the 15 again on the 2-minute chart. Same thing, the 5-minute chart here, right up the 9 EMA and the VWAP. And I was eyeing this for a short for another move back down to test the lows. But what happened was it did give a nice wick here, and then it was like almost like a news candle. It started to move down really quick, and I just kind of missed it, which is going to happen. So I missed the two really nice moves, pullbacks to the EMA. Like I said, this thing, it just kind of wicked quick. It was really quick, and then it moved down quick too. And I didn't want to chase it down here, so I just let it go. And then I was hoping we were going to get like a break and then a retest back up here, but we didn't get it. We kind of just kept moving down. I didn't want to chase it down here after this big move down. And then this blue line is just a daily pivot low as well. So we bounced up, we reclaimed back above the 15 EMA on the 2-minute chart here. We kind of had basically like a flag pattern. You get the flag pole, and then the flag back to this 15. And then once we broke it here, we had this pretty good candle here. This next candle opened out. This is what I like to see. I want to see a strong candle print. And then the next one I want to wick down a little bit into the body of the previous candle and then flip back green, and that's what we got. And then I also look at the QQQ. The QQQ was already above the previous day's low, so that's why I felt more comfortable taking this. And then we got the move up. I scaled out basically into this previous support here, and then I trailed out. I took 3 contracts on this trade, took off 2 there, and then trailed 1 out there. I was hoping this one was going to go up to test the 200, which is also basically the VWAP here on the 5-minute chart. And then we came back down. Let's see. And then my next trade, since I was already up on the day, I was up like just under 200 bucks. I didn't want to give back too much. These are only 25K accounts with take profit that I'm using. I have 2 funded accounts and then 1 eval that I'm using right now. So I didn't want to give back too much. So if I were to take another trade, so we got back under this 9 EMA on the 5-minute, and then the same thing on the 2-minute. You can see the 15 EMA we came back under it. And then the 5-minute is kind of where I got the trade entry. We had this red candle print here. We kind of formed like a little bear flag. Say we had the move down, the move back to the 9, and then once we broke the low of this red candle, that's where I took my entry. So it kind of it opened here. I think it had a little wick, then it came down, and it actually had a decent little move down to these lows. I had an order down here hoping to get filled, but it ended up wicking, and I had another bullish hammer looking candle here. So just the momentum was kind of dying, so I took the loss on it up here when we got back above the 9 EMA on the 5-minute chart. But you can see the difference between, my computer's lagging, between, when there's nice momentum in the morning here, that 9 EMA on the 5-minute chart, same as the 2-minute chart, 15 EMA, very similar. Like they're sloping down nicely. When you get those strong moves and then you get like the weaker bounce back to the EMA, that's when you get the confidence to get that continuation short. So, and then again, strong move. I mean, this move back up was stronger than this move earlier, but it happened really quick and I missed it. So I missed those 2 nice moves on the day, but that's okay. But you can see, like I was saying, the slope of the EMA is really important. Like once it's really sloping, it tends to work better. So those are my 2 kind of favorite EMAs, the 5-minute 9 EMA and the 2-minute 15 EMA, or anywhere around there. I mean, it's kind of just an area. It doesn't have to be perfect. So you could use like the 13 EMA, you could use 10 EMA even. But really the main thing I'm focused on is like, I want to see good momentum. So I want the EMA to be sloping strong. And then I want the bounce to be somewhat weaker, right? I want these buyers to like kind of fail, right? Like this compared to this move down, I mean, it's kind of just drifting up and then it gets slammed back down here. And I don't really want to be entering, when price is too far from it. Like the ideal model for me is the EMA sloping, we get a push away from it, and then price drifts back to it. Like I said, if this, or on this one right here, if this had like a bigger upper wick, I would have felt more comfortable taking a short, especially if this candle right here formed a wick up into this and then went green to red. Then taking a short right here would have been more comfortable for me. But we didn't get that, and we had these wicks here on this 5-minute chart. This one kind of just engulfed this green candle in the 5-minute. So I mean, I guess, if you want to be aggressive and just put your stop, just under there, or even when it wicked up and then took out like majority of this green candle, you could see it moving down, but it happened really quick in real time, and I missed it. So, but anyway, so this one was kind of like a counter trend play, but we still had the nice move up, little flag there, back to the 2-minute here, little flag, and then the move up continuation. It's counter trend to the day's momentum, so we're under the 200 still, so that's why it's more of like a scalp play back to the 200 or the VWAP if you're able to get it. And then we got back under it, but you can see like the slope of this isn't as strong as, like, look at over here, look at this slope, boom, down. And then obviously once you get too big of a move, it's going to stop working eventually. So once you get, the first and the second pullback are usually the best, right? So this is really, after breaking it, this is really the first major pullback consolidation. This is the second one, and then this third one doesn't work, right? So you get to move back up near the 200, and then we came back under it. And I tried taking this short here, but you can see, it's not as high quality of a setup. I was just hoping for a move back down near the low a day, which we did end up getting eventually, right? But it was just choppy here for a while, and I'm done by, I want to be done by 1 p.m. Eastern time at the very latest. So overall though, like, I'm okay with it. This first trade I had 3 contracts on. The second one I only had 1 on, just because I wanted to protect my profits and keep my day green. So especially on a Friday, and you don't want to go into the weekend after having a decent little green day and let it turn red. So overall, I'm happy with it. There's a couple moves obviously I missed here, but they're not always going to be easy to catch, based on your system. So obviously hindsight, it looks like they should be easy plays to catch, right? Like strong move, little flag back into the EMA, take the short, right? It looks really easy. But when it's happening in real time, sometimes it's not as easy to catch. So especially this one right here with the wicks, made it a little bit more difficult looking at the 5 minute. If I honestly weren't looking at the 5 minute, I probably would have been more prone to take this. So and then we had the 200 EMA support right under it. But when that support gives out, that's usually when you get a nice flush with the 200 and the VWAP there. So there's a nice flush down, retest. But I missed these, but that's okay. So overall, happy with it. But a good way to stay, on the right side of these moves is just to keep an eye on put like a 5 minute 9 EMA on your chart, or or a 2 minute 15 EMA, or even like the 10 minute 9 EMA is pretty good too for those deeper pullbacks. On this 10 minute, I mean, it's a little bit choppier here, but like you can see this is kind of a bigger pattern playing out. But you had this big move down in the morning, then a consolidation. I mean, look at this rejection on the 10 minute, and then the entry, if you were to take this, like this candle opened, it formed a little wick up here and then turned red, taking a trade right underneath this low here for a move back down. Obviously it's hindsight, but I mean, that's a pretty big rejection. So I like to look at most of the 2 and the 5, but I do look at the 10 as well, just to get an idea of kind of the bigger picture, alongside with the 2 and the 5 as well. So all right, that's gonna be it for now. I'm gonna try to do more of these reviews, try to be more consistent with them, and just kind of help people to share my simple strategy, which is basically just looking for momentum and just waiting for pullbacks to the EMA, a reversal pattern of sorts, and then when price gets back away from it, you take your profits. So very simple, and can be pretty effective if you're able to catch moves like that that we had today here. So all right, that's gonna be it for me. I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, peace.